We are live. We are live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you are joining me live, please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and be sure to tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know that your boy, Ramonepreston, my squad, we are all live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day, the Monday, the Millionaire Monday that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing. We are absolutely positively glad in it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Today, I have an amazing discussion that I'm going to have with you. So please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Happy Millionaire Monday. My hope and expectation is that all of you have had an extraordinary weekend. If for some reason you haven't had an extraordinary weekend, let's see if we can make that better for you. Okay, so good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show. Every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Guess what? I show up here on the show to give you the game, to share information with you that I know you can use to properly start, properly structure, and properly scale any business, any ministry, any income stream, any wealth building dream. So it don't matter if you're a W-2 employee, 1099 contractor, you could be a network marketer, stay-at-home parent, you could be in between jobs, in transition in your career, you could be a full-fledged preacher, or maybe you're a business owner. What I show you on this show, what I teach you, the principles and the concepts that I share with you are things that I have used to build a successful organizational enterprise. And it's what I teach students that are members of my Millionaire Blueprint. It's what I share with my clients and mentees who are part of my Millionaire Mentorship Program. I am a full-time business consultant, coach, and educator, and I have been a full-time entrepreneur for the past 2 decades. This year marks 20 years since my wife and I got married, and we decided that we were going to be full-time entrepreneurs and we were going to be full-time ministers, and we have done both successfully. It's not been easy, but it's been well worth it, and that's why I'm so passionate about sharing information with you to help you along the way. So today I'm going to be talking to you about keys to mastering the marketplace. Keys to mastering the marketplace. So when we talk about the marketplace, of course, we're talking about the realm of entrepreneurship. So if you're in the workforce, you still in the marketplace. All right. If you are a preacher or a minister, you still in the marketplace. If you are a business owner, entrepreneur, you're in the marketplace. And so that's why today I wanted to talk about the keys to mastering the marketplace, because you got to learn how to master the marketplace. And there's a certain space in the marketplace. There's a certain spot, okay? There's a certain square that you need to be standing on inside of the marketplace to legitimize what it is that you believe you've been called to do. Everybody may not feel like they're called to be entrepreneurs. Everybody ain't an entrepreneur. But guess what? Whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for an entrepreneur, you're still in the marketplace. And so there's a level of mastery that you need to pursue. If you don't work towards becoming a master in the marketplace, particularly in the thing that you believe you're called to do, particularly in the thing that you believe you're supposed to be focusing your attention on, whatever the skill set is that you have, whatever the competency that you believe you bring to the marketplace, whatever the value is that you provide to your employees as a boss, to your company as an employee, or to your clients and customers as an entrepreneur and business owner, you still need to learn keys to mastering the marketplace. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If for some reason you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions in the comments, and me and my team will do our best to get to those questions, to answer those questions, and give you as much feedback as we possibly can. I also want to remind all of you, if for some reason the last 2 weeks you haven't watched the show, if you have not been a part of our community for the last 2 weeks and you don't know what we have going on, for 2 weeks in a row, we have been promoting an upcoming event. This Saturday, April the 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm hosting a holding company workshop. It's a holding company workshop. I think I still got my information up here. Yeah, it's a holding company workshop. And this is going to be a one-day deep dive. It's a live event that I'm hosting this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And what I'm going to be teaching you is everything you need to know regarding holding companies. I'm going to show you how to file and form your paperwork for holding companies. How do you start them and structure them? What language do you use when you're obtaining EIN numbers and articles of organization for the LLCs that are either going to be used as your holding company or as your operating companies? I'm going to give you all the documents and forms. We're going to talk about how you build your divisions and your subsidiaries. We're going to teach you what the holding company concept is, how it works, and what you need to do to become a master at managing and controlling a holding company. We're going to be talking about asset management this Saturday. We'll be showing you how to accumulate and integrate assets under your holding company. We'll cover at least 25 to 30 different assets that you probably already have a lot of in your personal life and even in your business. You just don't identify with them, and you probably don't know how to accumulate them and integrate them into your business so that they can increase your net worth and your enterprise value. I'm going to also take some time to answer a lot of the common questions regarding holding companies. There are so many questions that people have about holding companies. Where should I start one? What state should I register it in? How do I get paid from a holding company? How do I invest through my holding company? How do I get funding for my holding company? Who is responsible for the subsidiaries? How do I insure myself and protect myself with multiple entities? We're going to address all that in this holding company workshop. I'm also going to share with you a concept that I created called the SMS Matrix. It's an acronym for structure, marketing, and sales. And I'm going to show you in this holding company workshop how you should use your holding company to position yourself in the marketplace as an expert, as the go-to person, so that you can increase the value of whatever the products and services are that you do provide. But you can also utilize your holding company not just as an asset management company, but as the house for your top tier services like consulting, coaching, and education, because a lot of these services are going to connect to the assets that you accumulate in your holding company, whether it's trademarks, intellectual property, whether it's copyrights, trade secrets, whether it's certain processes that are proprietary to you and your business. I'm going to be covering all that this Saturday in the holding company workshop. We're also going to have a session in the holding company workshop where we deep dive into creative tax strategies. That's one of the benefits of having a holding company and multiple operating entities under it, to take advantage of the tax code, so that you can minimize your taxes and maximize your deductions. Trust me when I say this. Well, you don't have to trust me, but it's going to show in time. The principles that I teach you just using the holding company alone are principles that can help you become a millionaire. Okay? These are the same principles that I use. The good thing about what I teach my students and give to my clients, I'm using it, number one. And it's not like I woke up one day and decided, oh, I'm going to start an online course and I'm going to start coaching people, but I didn't ever do it myself. That's the good thing about me. I don't just teach courses and coach people and consult people. Before I ever started a online course, before I ever created my online university, before I even started coaching clients, my wife and I, we were primarily consulting millionaires. We were consulting real estate investors. That was always our bread and butter. That's how we got into business, through real estate. We was a two-person real estate team. And so by the time I decided to launch Ramonepreston University, which houses all of our business and financial educational content, and it houses the information for our coaching programs and our mentorship programs, I just launched that platform in 2019. So 4 years ago, I launched that platform. So I've been an entrepreneur full time for 20 years. The first 16 years, I was building a real business. I was building a real organization. My wife and I were already making multiple six figures. It's just that when we pivoted about 6 years ago, we made a decision that we wanted to be wealthy. We just didn't want to be comfortable. And we created this millionaire blueprint for ourselves. It was for me first. I can't teach you to become a millionaire, and I'm not one. And I don't know how to use if I'm not using the blueprint that I'm teaching you, that's ridiculous. So I don't agree, and I don't ascribe to teaching people things that I haven't done myself. I'm just not into that. I think it's cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave it to somebody who's done it. Okay? So I'm in the process of building my business to become a $10 million business. That's my next goal, is to get to $10 million, right? For my organization to reach $10 million. Okay, so I can't necessarily teach you how to get the 10 million unless you're just going along the ride with me and you're seeing what I'm doing, but I can show you how to get up to $1 million. So if you ain't nowhere near $1 million or anything below $1 million, the millionaire blueprint, the information that I share with you, it's going to change your life. And this Saturday, this is why I brought this up. This Saturday, I'm hosting a holding company workshop. So if you're interested in learning about holding companies, if you've been searching the internet trying to figure out what a holding company is, how it works, how do you build your organization using this type of concept, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm going to be doing a deep dive on it. And so we have an offer. This is the last week that we're extending this offer. We've already sold out our VIP tickets for in person. So we don't have no more room in person, but you could still join us virtually. And here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a VIP ticket to my holding company workshop this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It'll be a private link that you'll join me. And there will be a group of people in person, and then everyone else will be virtual. But it's still going to be an awesome deep dive, because you're going to get a digital workbook, and you're going to have an opportunity to ask questions. And if you take me up on this offer, which I'm extending for $97, I'm not just giving you the VIP ticket, but I'm also giving you access to my holding company course and startup kit for a whole year. So what will happen is, if you reach out to me today and we reach back to you, because you need to reach out to me via text. You have to text the word VIP to 678-276-8253. And the reason why you need to text me, because this offer is only in-house. We don't have this offer online. If you go to my online platform, you're going to see that my ticket to this holding company workshop is actually $497, and my holding company course and kit is $497. So outside of my offer, you're going to pay $994. I'm offering it for $97, so you can get a ticket to join me this Saturday. You're going to learn everything you need to learn about a holding company: how to file and form the paperwork, start and structure it, how to use it as an asset management company, how to accumulate and integrate those assets to your business. How do you identify with those assets? I'm going to show you how to use your holding company to pivot into coaching and consulting. I'm even going to hit on marketing and sales to show you how your holding company can actually be used as your sales funnel. How do you bring people into the ecosystem of your organization without being confused? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, they got like 6 or 7 or 8 different business ideas. They don't know which one to market. They don't know how to put a pitch or sales proposition together because they got 8 or 9 different ideas. So when you use this concept that I teach, you're going to create like a business ecosystem where it feels like people are walking into one door. It's kind of like when you go to the supermarket. You go into a supermarket, it's one door, but it's like 20 aisles. It's thousands of products inside, a lot of SKUs, but you still go into one store, one door. And I show you how to use your holding company to do that, okay? And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about creative tax strategies, all this for $97. I'm giving you a VIP ticket, and I'm giving you access for 1 year to my holding company course and startup kit. All you need to do is text the word VIP. All right, text the word VIP to 678-276-8253. All right, now today, I want to talk to you about keys to mastering the marketplace. All you entrepreneurs out here, all right, that's in the marketplace, you trying to sell products, you trying to provide a service, you trying to make money, you trying to get the bag, you trying to make a living, okay? Well, the best way to do that is by becoming a master at the marketplace or a master in the marketplace. How do you master the marketplace? Well, again, the marketplace is the business world. It's the world of entrepreneurship, and everybody is entering into it. You know, I mean, I talk to people every day who are either in a business, or they're on a job, working a business on the side, or they're working a job and they're trying to figure out how to get into business. But most of the people that I talk to, I'm talking about like 9 out of 10 people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, they're either already entrepreneurs or they want to be entrepreneurs. But what they don't understand is when you become an entrepreneur, you are entering into a marketplace, a business ecosystem that's full of people who have probably mastered a lot of things you hadn't even thought about. They've mastered a lot of things. So people like me who are full-time, thoroughbred entrepreneurs. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 20 years, meaning that I haven't had a regular job in 20 years. I've had to wake up every day, even longer than 20 years, but I always say 20 years because my wife and I got married 20 years ago, and that's when we really officially started doing the thing that we do now together. Even though I flirted with it maybe a year or two before I met with my wife, but it was never really on the level it was since we got married for the past 20 years. But again, when you make the decision to be an entrepreneur, whether you're a part-time entrepreneur because you work a job, whether you're a 1099 contractor, or whether you're a full-fledged entrepreneur, which, by the way, all of you that are preachers and ministers and pastors, this applies to you too. I don't know why, for the life of me, pastors and preachers and ministers think they ain't entrepreneurs. If you out there trying to lead an organization, an entity, whether it's a LLC, a holding company, or a 501c3, your day-to-day activities are entrepreneurial in nature, meaning that you still got to go out there in the marketplace and you got to master your space. You have to become a master at the thing you say you're supposed to be providing value for the marketplace on. You get what I'm saying? So what are some keys to mastering the marketplace? That's what we're talking about today. The first key, and I want you to write this down. The first key is your mindset. This is the first key. The first key is your mindset. This is the first key to mastering the marketplace. And remember, when I say mastering the marketplace, I'm talking about you becoming a beast at what you do. So when I talk to an entrepreneur, remember, I do this every day. I talk to entrepreneurs every day, whether they calling in, texting, whether I'm calling them, emailing, setting up appointments. And I could talk to a entrepreneur in a couple minutes, and I could tell they have not invested time, energy, money, resources, or anything to becoming a master in the marketplace. In other words, like Mark Cuban says, they are wantrepreneurs. They want to be entrepreneurs, but they ain't real entrepreneurs. And one of the biggest keys to mastering the marketplace as an entrepreneur is this right here. Your doggone mindset. Now, when I say mindset, what am I talking about? When I say mindset, what am I talking about? Okay, let's bring it in a little bit. Let's narrow this down, because your mindset could be a lot of things. It could be your mindset concerning women and children, relationships, marriage, your health, your faith, community service. It's a lot of areas we could be referring to when we talk about mindset. The first and most important thing I want to refer to when I say your mindset is the first key to mastering the marketplace, the thing that I want you to focus on is your money mindset. Your money mindset. Let me give you some examples of how this looks. The reason why some people don't become masters in the marketplace as entrepreneurs is because they have the wrong mindset about that moolah, baby. They got the wrong mindset about the moolah. Because here's some of the mindsets that some entrepreneurs have. Well, it ain't all about money. Wrong mindset. First of all, nobody said it was about money. Right? Nobody ain't said it was about money. Where did you get that mindset from? Why do you think people even need to say, oh, it ain't all about money. It's about God. It's about family. Who said it wasn't about God? Who said it wasn't about family? This is a mindset. And most of the times it's a mindset coming from people who are either middle class, poor class, or a mindset coming from people who have given up on real money or financial success. So they're justifying having given up on their pursuit of financial freedom by saying certain things that they have in their mind. This is why your mindset is one of the most important keys to you becoming a master in the marketplace. And you're never going to master the thing that you're supposed to do as an entrepreneur if it's not fueled by the right mindset. So think about it. When you look at the word mindset, especially if it's a money mindset, if you look at this word, look, money mindset. I want you to see that. This is a compound word. This is a prefix, this is a suffix. So the prefix is mind. The suffix is set. So when you have a certain money mindset, what that means is your mind prefix is set on certain beliefs, certain behaviors, certain perspectives, certain philosophies and views when it comes to money. Now, if you're like me, you might be a man or woman of faith. I'm a preacher, okay? I'm a Christian believer. But it still doesn't mean just because I'm a preacher, I'm a Christian believer, and I have this faith in God, and I have this confidence and courage in God, that don't mean I'm going to have money. That ain't got nothing to do with money, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, most of the brokest people I know are people of faith. Like most of the brokest people I know are people of faith. People who believe God, they speak in tongues, they quote all the scriptures, they go to church 2 or 3 times a week, they feed the hungry, they clothe the naked, they take care of the orphans and the widows, and they don't even have the right money mindset because they justify not having money with having more God, or having more time with family, or having a peace of mind. All this stuff they're using as excuses to justify why they don't have money, because they don't have the right money mindset. So the first key to mastering the marketplace. For all you entrepreneurs that's out here, you banging and you trying to get that bag, you trying to make money, you trying to get to the next level, you trying to pursue financial freedom, and you're struggling, you're hitting a brick wall. Sometimes it's not because you're not marketing right, selling right, closing right, or because you got a bad product or a service. Before you get into all that, let's look at your mindset. What are your beliefs about money? And again, if you're like me, if you're a believer, what are your religious beliefs about money? Do you believe more money means more problems? Do you believe more money means you got less God? Do you believe if you pursue money like you really want to, that you're pursuing your family and God less? See, all of these are mindsets, things that your mind is set on, and it's affecting you from getting that money. So let me show you, so I can get to my next key. Let me show you what I've done to fix this problem, because this is a mindset problem that has to be fixed. How do you fix this? Well, number one, if you are a man or woman of faith, you should read Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. So all you church folks, you need to be reading Deuteronomy 8 and 18. It says God gives you the power to get wealth so he can establish his covenant on the earth. So God essentially wants to give you power, not wealth. He gives you power so that you can go get wealth. Because I believe financial success is my spiritual duty. This is why certain faith communities are so successful. I have studied a lot of different faith communities like the Mormons. I've studied even some of the traditional Baptist and Methodist groups, Presbyterian groups. I've studied Muslims, and not real deep studies, just basic surface level studies, especially from an economic perspective, the Jewish community. And what I found out is a lot of these different faith groups, they don't separate themselves from their religion necessarily. They look at their religious beliefs as a part of who they are. So their faith is embedded in their daily practices. And so how does that change their mindset? Well, they see certain levels of success financially or economically as a part of their religious duty, because they have a responsibility to take care of their families. They have a responsibility to take care of their temples. They have a responsibility to take care of their tribes. So for you, even if you're not a religious person, you don't have to even believe in God. But listen, you have to have a mindset to believe that money is a part of your mission. And just because you are pursuing money, it doesn't mean you are pursuing God less or you're pursuing your family less. Okay? It means nothing. Like for the past 20 years, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. That's all I do is grind. I go at it. I hustle. And my daughter, we were celebrating her birthday last night. We took her to dinner, her birthday today, and we were celebrating her birthday last night, and she gave this whole talk. I mean, literally had all of us at the table crying. And one of the things that she was saying was, she just looks up to me and admires me and my wife. And she just went on and on about how she never felt abandoned. She never felt like, she missed anything. It was as if, like she had the perfect situation because of how me and my wife took care of her and how things were with her being here in Atlanta. But my point in bringing that up is this. During this whole time, the last 20 years, we've been raising children, right? But we've been pursuing our passions. We built a whole church and a ministry in the last 20 years. We built a whole business and for-profit organization. So literally, we built 2 organizations under this whole umbrella and banner, right? Within the last 2 decades. And it took a lot of time. It took a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of work. But guess what? It didn't change the time we spent with our children, with our grandchildren, with our siblings, with our family, our parents. You know why? Because we have the right money mindset. Okay? So that's the first key. The first key is mindset. All right? What's the second key? The second key is the math. You need to get your money mindset right first. Money mindset. Then when you get your money mindset right, that means you got to educate yourself. You need to start listening to people who are not making sense of being broke. If you make sense of being broke, if you make sense of struggle, if you're always coming up with a solution or reason why you need to stay small, it is because you don't have the right money mindset. When you start thinking big and you start thinking expansion and you stop being selfish, only thinking about what you need for you. I hate when I hear people say that, especially entrepreneurs who out here in these marketplace streets, and the first thing they say is, well, I don't want a whole lot. I just want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. I just want to have enough to pay my bills. I just don't want to struggle. I'm thinking, you want to be just over broke because you got the wrong money mindset. And now you're trying to perpetuate that mess around other people. I don't want nobody around me who's settling and satisfied and who are okay just being comfortable. Well, if I just had a couple $100,000, yeah, but you can't do nothing for nobody but you. You need to be thinking with a mindset that there's never enough money I can get because of all the things that I need to do for people. All the families that need my help. All the churches and communities that need my support. All the nonprofit organizations that could use my philanthropy. All the nations that could use my financial support. You get what I'm saying? So when you start really thinking about it, you got to have a whole different mindset when it comes to money in order to even be a master in the marketplace. Because I'm telling you, some people think about going into the marketplace and they just think they're going to go out here in the marketplace. Here's Jason and Kelly and whoever their names are. Here's what they're doing. They're just going out in the marketplace. You know, they're just twiddling their little thumbs. And they got their little products, their little services, and they swear up and down God done just cut the light on top of them. They got this bright idea, and they just swear for God they're going to go out here and get rich. Oh, I'm going to go out here and crush it. But you go out into the marketplace, watch this, and you have not mastered the money part. You have not mastered the mindset. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all following me with this. So you haven't mastered the mindset. So your mindset is still like it was when you was broke. Your mindset is still stuck on like how it was when you were in the hood, and you know, when you struggle. Some entrepreneurs, I could say boldly, a lot of entrepreneurs that come out of the workforce, they still have an employee's mentality. So they're still thinking 9 to 5. I only work 40 hours a week. I got to make a certain amount of money. You think you got the wrong mindset. This is why you cannot go into the marketplace and master your thing, whatever it is that you're doing, because you went into the marketplace as an amateur. You cannot go out into this marketplace as an entrepreneur, especially in today's world. It's getting harder and harder, y'all. Being an entrepreneur and literally making money. Maybe you haven't done the math, but here is why doing the math is the second key to mastering the marketplace. Why is doing the math? Because the moment you start educating yourself about money for real, the moment you start unlearning all the crap that you learned from broke people coming up, the moment you stop believing all the perpetual lies that your family, some of your churches, and people in your community program you to believe about money. The moment you start unlearning this crap, what happens is you start doing different math. You start doing different math. You start thinking different. And so when you look at doing the math, this is why before you go out there to try to sell something, you need to be doing the math. I sat like for the last couple weeks, I've been really drilling my team, and we've been like going on a whole nother, like we've been like on a whole nother path for the last couple weeks because I've been drilling them. And at one point, they started believing that, man, we can all become six-figure earners. I told them I want all of them to be six-figure earners. I want everybody working for me to make at least $100,000 a year, right? But then I pushed them. The last couple of weeks, I pushed them. I'm like, what if you can make $1 million? What if you can make $1 million a year? What if you just remove the $100,000 a year and you look at making $1 million a year? And then I pulled up my board and I showed them what is the goal? What is the goal? What is the goal for our company this year? And they looked at the board and it said $10 million. And I'm like, well, even if you just work and you get commissions, if you help generate $10 million, you're going to make $1 million. Just with the commission, you will be a millionaire in 1 year. So why don't you just shoot for that? In other words, do different math. Do different math. So when you think about doing the math, here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about your goals. I want you to think about your targets. And I want you to think about the number of people that you need to get in touch with. Because if you ain't talking to people every day, if you ain't calling people, if you ain't emailing, for all of you that are entrepreneurs, if you ain't on social media every day, what in the world are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Oh, I forgot. I know what you're doing. You're home strategizing, right? That's what you're doing, because that's way more important than you making money. Yeah, just keep strategizing. Oh, you're working on your logo. Oh, you're still reconfiguring your website. Oh, you're still trying to figure out what the next move is. Come on, that's just ridiculous. You still got the wrong mindset, because you're making sense of not getting on that doggone phone talking to people, not setting appointments, not knocking on doors, not sending emails out, not showing up on social media every day and creating content. Well, I can't do it all. You're lying. You ain't got nothing else to do. You ain't making no money. So you might as well do the other stuff, right? Like when I hear entrepreneurs say this stuff like, oh, I ain't got no time. You ain't got time? What you mean you ain't? What are you doing with all your time? Because you're definitely not making money. So if all you doing is like processing payments and pushing contracts and onboarding clients and you servicing them and you got all these deals lined up and you just got all this business, at that point, that's a problem you want to have, because now you could go hire people and pay them to help you. If you ain't doing that, you do have time. You just don't have the right mindset. It's not like you have a time problem. You have a mind problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a mind problem, not a time problem. Because you got the same 24 hours everybody else got. But what are you doing with your time? And here's another thing. When you do the math, you set goals and you set targets and you look at the number of people you need to reach. Let me give you an example, because I might be losing some of y'all with this. Let me give you an example. I can't use my phone because I'm streaming on Instagram, so I can't use my phone. So I'm gonna have to be careful with the math that I do, because I'm probably not gonna be as accurate as I want to be, because I ain't got my calculator. But let me just give you an example when it comes to goals, targets, and numbers. Let's say, for example, you have the mindset of a millionaire and you like, you know what? I'm going to develop my mindset. And you start educating yourself about money. You start unlearning things you've learned about money. You start believing that you can be rich and you have to be rich in order to accomplish your goal and build your legacy. You stop listening to idiots who don't know nothing about money. You stop believing the lies and the propaganda of your family, of the church people who are broke and poor-minded, who don't want to go nowhere, your siblings. It might be your doggone spouse who got the wrong mindset because they still listening to their broke uncle or something. Once you start educating yourself, you elevate your mind, right? And then let's say you start doing different math and you say, you know what? I want to make $100,000 this year. I want to make 100 grand this year. That's a goal. That's a goal. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a goal. You want to quantify that goal. Make sure you do the math on that goal. Don't just write something down. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to pay this. I want to do that. How much money do you want to make in 2023? Put the doggone number down. All right. But then you want to look at your targets. Because if I do 100 grand and I got, let's say, 8 more months left in this year, I need to divide that. I need to divide that by 8. I need to see how much money do I need to make every month for the next 8 months. You just divide that number by 8, and then you divide that number by each week to see what my targets need to be, and you need to look at what products and services am I selling. Are you selling a $20 product? Are you getting a $100 commission on a $1,000 product? Are you selling a $4,000 product? I don't know what you're selling. Are you selling a $59 product? Or are you providing a $20 service or a $100 service? Whatever the prices are that you have for your products and services, you need to find the median price. So for example, if you got a $20 deal, $100, $4,000, $59, don't look at the $4,000 because it's the highest. Don't look at the 20 because it's the lowest. Look at the median. Thank you, daughter. My daughter in the chats over here on IG doing the math for me. So 100,000 times 8, that's 12,500 a month for 8 months. So you look at 59. 59 would be the median. So that means if you divide 100,000 into 59, that will show you how many $59 products do you need to sell in the next 8 months. If you divide 100,000 into $59, you will see how many $59 products do you need to sell. Now you need to look at your numbers. How many people do I need to contact and set an appointment up with and do a presentation for and send emails out to and go online and push content just to sell one $59 product? Because if it takes you 20 people to sell a $59 product and you need to sell 200 of them, do you see how many people you got to find and get in front of? That's the type of math I'm talking about doing. You ain't going to do that math if you ain't got the right mindset, okay? So that's key number 2 to mastering the marketplace. Key number 2 is math. You got to do the math. Key number 3 is marketing. You got to market. So like I said, even if you don't have the perfect product and service, okay? Is that correct? 1,694? So if I'm not mistaken, somebody's doing the math for me. That example I just gave, that would be about almost 1,700 products you would need to sell at $59. But at least you got a number, at least you got a target. Now you need to figure out how many people you need to get in front of to sell one. And then you multiply that by the 1,700. And you'll see I might need to reach 200,000 people to sell 1,700. But at least you know the number. At least you got something to work with. You get what I'm saying? So this is the third key to mastering the marketplace. Mindset is number 1. You got to have the right money mindset, and most likely that means you got to lose some information. You got to give up some stuff you believe about money. And then you got to learn new information, and then you need to do the math, set goals, targets, and do the numbers on how many products and services you need to sell, okay? And then you need to market. So that means you need to go out here in the marketplace. If you are an entrepreneur, listen to me. If you own a business, you have to be on social media, I would say, all day, every day. You have to be on social media. You cannot afford to not be on social media. Period. Your marketing is everything. Here's one of the reasons why, and I'm getting ready to digress because it's 12:46. Here's one of the reasons why most entrepreneurs don't market. Why are entrepreneurs not marketing the way they're supposed to on social media? I don't think it's because they're scared. I don't think it's because they're scared. I don't think it's because you're afraid. I think it has more to do with you don't have the confidence and the courage because you're not educating yourself every day. You probably don't have a coach. You probably don't watch online courses and educate and train and read books and study. You probably don't do this every day. Most likely you don't do the math. You don't know if you're coming or going. You probably don't track your own income and expenses in your personal life. You don't know how much money you spend, most likely. And if you're an entrepreneur and you don't do it, I'm telling you, this is why your marketing is being negatively affected, because you don't have courage and confidence because you're not educating yourself. And it's not like you got to be the best at what you do. And some of you are entrepreneurs, you do what you love. You might have a catering business or a food service business, and that's what you do is cook. You might wash cars and detail cars, and that's all you know how to do. You might paint because you're a beast at painting, whatever the thing is that you do. So it's not like you don't have confidence in that thing. You don't have confidence in yourself because your belief system is still broken. It's a mindset issue. You're not educating yourself every day about money, about business, about wealth. You're not listening to this type of language all the time. So you don't have the courage and the confidence as a person, not just as a business owner or as a laborer or as a technician in your craft. And then most likely you're not doing the math because you don't even know how much debt you in, what the dollar amount is that you make every month, how much do you spend every month, how much is left. You probably don't do your own personal math. So you don't never know if you're coming or going. If you're married, you and your spouse probably not on the same page. You don't know how much money they make, how much they got. You just all over the place with math. This is what's probably affecting your marketing. And if you don't have these two together, I already know your business is in shambles. Like you probably got a business and you might not even have a QuickBooks account. If you ain't got no QuickBooks account and you got a business, you ain't got a business. Okay? So that would mean you have a structure issue, you have a system issue, you have a process issue, and you definitely have a people issue. Because probably you don't have nobody that wants to buy anything. You're not even bought into what you're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, in order to become a master in the marketplace, it starts with mindset, it starts with math, and it starts with marketing. And a lot of this is going to be dependent upon what I just talked about earlier and what I always talk about. Do you have the right structure? Do you have the right structure? This is why I teach so much on the holding company, because when you can put the right business structure together, it just makes everything else that you do make sense. It simplifies your business activity and your business operation, okay? And so this is going to be like one of my last few offers to extend to you for $97 to join me this Saturday live. It's virtual. So you could be home, you could be in the car, you could be chilling with the kids, you could put your earpieces in, and for about 6 hours or so, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., with the exception of us taking a lunch break or maybe a few breaks in between, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on the holding company. I'm going to show you how to file and form paperwork, start and structure them, use them as asset management companies. I'm going to show you how to market and sell through your holding company. I'm going to show you how to accumulate assets and how to integrate those assets so that they can have a dollar amount to increase your net worth and your enterprise value. I'm going to help you understand some creative tax strategies using this concept of a holding company and multiple entities. So you're going to learn a lot about holding companies. I promise you, if you're interested in learning about a holding company and how these types of business systems work, you will learn more in this one-day event than probably you've ever learned. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that. You will learn more in this one-day event than probably you've learned your whole life about holding companies. And not only am I giving you a VIP ticket to this, I'm also going to give you 1 year access to my holding company course and startup kit. So that means you can reach out to me today. We'll get you signed up. We'll RSVP you, and you'll get an email confirmation that you're signed up for the event this week as a VIP member, right? But then we're going to onboard you. You'll get instant access to this course that you can start training on. You're going to learn more in this course than you ever have anywhere. I'm sure you probably won't even find a competitor of mine that will teach you more about holding companies than I do in this course. I have more information on my YouTube page about holding companies than most of my competitors do on their whole platforms. And I have clients that have used my competitors and have come over to me and have told me this. So this ain't just me saying it. I'm gonna see if I can get some testimonials from some of my clients that they can publicly say, man, I learned more from your YouTube page than I did on other people's whole course. And so inside of the course is a startup kit. So we have all the documents and forms for your operating agreement, asset transfer, if you're doing licensing or if you're leasing certain equipment to another company, we have all those documents and forms. We have walkthrough video tutorials. You can literally take this one course and do everything yourself. You will be a master at this business concept, okay? All you need to do is text VIP to 678-276-8253. Just text. You cannot go to my website and buy this offer. On my website, in order for you to attend this event this Saturday, it's $497, and the price ain't changing. It's $497. All of my events are $497. One reason is because these workshops are specifically tailored for my coaching clients and my mentorship clients, people who pay thousands of dollars for me to mentor them for a year, at least a year. And these are part of that program. So for you to just randomly show up to my holding company workshop, you have to pay $497 online. This course and startup kit is $497 online. So that would be $994. If you want to go to my website and pay $994, please do so, all right? But if you would like a $97 offer for both of these, just text VIP to 678-276-8253. 678-276-8253. All right? Now here's what's going to happen. When you text VIP, one of my millionaire concierges, we have millionaire concierges, they work on our team. They're going to reach back out to you to confirm and verify that you're responding to this offer. And you can choose to either pay the $97 over the phone, or we can send you a secure digital invoice, whatever works for you. Once you pay that $97, you're going to instantly get onboarded to this course. You're going to get a welcome email. You'll have instant access to this program. For 1 year, you're going to have access to this holding company course and startup kit. with all the documents, forms, and tutorials. And then you're going to get a confirmation email for your RSVP for this upcoming Saturday. If for some reason you cannot make it live this Saturday, you will get the replay. It will be on your dashboard when you log in. All right. So we're going to have the replay available for you after Saturday's event, if for some reason you miss it, or if you want to go back and check it. So again, we don't have any other in-person available tickets because it's all sold out, but we have virtual VIP tickets, still way more valuable at $97 than it would be at $994. So please text the word VIP to 678-276-8253. I hope you all enjoyed today's show. And I see you over here, Mez. Hey, I appreciate you. Reach out to us. I thank you all for joining the show. If you have any other questions outside of what we talked about, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach out to us from that number. And those are the 3 keys to mastering the marketplace: your mindset, your math, and your marketing. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you onboarded today. Let's get you trained and educated on this holding company concept so that you can build your enterprise and hopefully become a millionaire. What's up, Julian? I see you over here. He says, I'm a member of the Millionaire Blueprint, and it's an outstanding course and great experience. Definitely worth the money and time. I appreciate you, man. Hey, I love all of you. Thank you all for joining the show today. Y'all know what it is. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon, right here on the Ramonepreston